Ugochi ran barefoot to the scene, her cries louder than the church bell. She begged the nurses at the clinic. They asked for 20,000 naira before they could touch the girl. She called Emeka. He didn't come. Chisom bled out. When Ugochi returned home with the death certificate, Emeka was sitting on a stool, eating groundnuts. "You only lost one child," he muttered. "Why are you crying like it's Jesus?" Ugochi sat on the floor and wailed until her throat dried up. After Chisom's burial, silence took over the house like a second tenant. Neka stopped praying. Even the neighbors avoided her eyes. Her first daughter, Odoaize, once bright and chatty, became withdrawn. She would sit for hours, just staring at her toes. One morning, Ugochi noticed blood on Odoaize's wrapper. She panicked. Odoaize tried to run. Ugochi held her, gently. "Talk to me, my child. Please." "What happened?" Odoaize trembled. Then broke. "Mama. That man. The one that lives near the well. He touches me. When you go to market." Ugochi fell to the floor, dizzy with rage. She took her daughter and reported the man. The case died before it started. When she told Emeka, he scoffed. "Wasn't she always walking around, showing off?" he said. "She asked for it." That night, something inside Ugochi snapped. It didn't break. It hardened. The next evening, Emeka came home reeking of beer. "Where is my food?" he asked. "There is no food," Ugochi replied calmly. He laughed. "Are you crazy?" He raised his hand. She didn't flinch. She picked up the pestle she used to pound yam. "If you try it today, Emeka," she said, voice low and steady, "I will break your hand." He froze. Something about her eyes. About the way she didn't blink. Neighbors peeked through windows. Emeka backed away. "You are mad." But she was already walking past him. The next night, she packed a bag with her children's clothes, an old blanket, and one photograph of her children smiling at Chisom's birthday. She held Zara and Chima by the hand, Odoaize beside her, and they walked out into the night. No money. No plan. Only fire. She returned to the front of St. Dominic's Church, where she once fried akara as a girl. She borrowed a pan. Got beans on credit from Mama Ibube. Her hands shook as she peeled onions. The children sat quietly beside her. That first day, she made only 1,200 naira. But she didn't sleep hungry. By the second day, someone said, "Ugochi's akara is sweeter than honey." The smell of hot oil and spice filled the air. She smiled, a small, broken smile. Odoaize helped wash plates. Chimo fanned the fire. Zara shouted, "Buy your akara." Hot sweet akara. Little by little, hope returned. Ugochi noticed other women like her. Women with tired eyes. With secrets in their sleeves. She gathered them, 5 at first. Then 10. Then 20. They named their group Umunwani Mari, Women Who Survive. Each woman contributed 500 naira weekly. They bought a shed grinder. Took turns at the market. Sewed uniforms, orange and brown. Registered the akara stand. They even pulled money for a counselor to talk to Odoaize once a week. Their children played together while their mothers built a new life. The men mocked them at first. Akara Association, they sneered. But the women smiled. And sold out by noon. One dry Thursday, Emeka returned. His shirt was torn. His eyes sunken. Hunger wrapped around him like a second skin. He stood at the edge of the akara stall and whispered, "Give me food." Ugochi didn't shout. She didn't insult him. She looked up, wiped her hand on her apron, and said, "You're not welcome here. Leave." He spat. "Oh." She reached into her bag and handed him a pamphlet. "We have a cooperative for broken men too. Go and heal. He blinked, stunned. People around clapped. Emeka walked away. Ugochi turned back to her pan. Odoize handed her a plate. The oil kept bubbling. Now they call her Ugochi the Brave. Not because she fought with fists, but because she stood up, rose, and kept standing. Her children are healing. Zara wants to become a nurse. Chimo helps with the church choir. Odoize laughs again, not all the time, but enough to make Ugochi smile. When women come crying to her store, she holds their hands and says, "Don't wait till your daughter bleeds before you leave." We are not punching bags. We are women. And women, we don't break. We become fire.